Hi, Arik here from Cycle Maintenance Academy. If after releasing the brake lever on your road bike, the dual pivot caliper brake fails to retract, it's time to service it to get it working smoothly again. So in today's video, I'll show you the steps to take apart, lubricate and reassemble a dual pivot brake caliper. If you're ready, then let's get started.
Tools required. Set of Allen keys. 10 and 12mm spanners. Pair of pliers. Dry lube. Isopropyl alcohol. Grease. Cloth or paper towel. Preparation. Before you can service your dual pivot caliper brake, first detach it from the frame or fork. I've made a helpful video here that guides you through replacing a road bike caliper brake. Disassembling a dual pivot caliper brake. Remove the plastic spacer from the pivot bolt. Use a 10mm spanner to take off the nut from the arm bolt. Grab the correct Allen key size to unscrew and remove the arm bolt. This will separate the right caliper arm from the brake. Keep the arm, bolt, nut and plastic spacer aside. If there is a set screw under the bridge, loosen it with a 2mm Allen key. Now use a 12mm spanner to undo and remove the lock nut. Take a 4mm Allen key to undo and remove the front pivot bolt. This will detach the bridge from the left caliper arm. Remove the bridge, the spacer and the spring. Be careful not to lose the small plastic sleeve that sits on the straight arm of the spring. Remove the metal bushing from the pivot hole. Servicing the left caliper arm. Unscrew and take off the cable adjusting bolt and clip. Remove the adjusting screw from the left caliper arm. Give the left caliper arm and the bridge a good clean. Grease the thread on the cable adjusting bolt and screw it back into the arm. Apply some grease to the threads of the adjusting screw and screw it partway into the caliper arm. Clean the pivot bolt and add some grease to its thread. Clean the spacer and spring. Clean the metal bushing and lubricate its surface with a drop of dry lube. Clip the plastic sleeve on the spring arm onto the slot on the left caliper arm. Insert the other end of the spring into the hole on the bridge. Slide the spacer between the left caliper arm and the bridge. Place the bushing inside the pivot hole. Fit the pivot bolt into the pivot hole and screw it into the bridge. Reattach and tighten the lock nut. If there's a set screw under the bridge, tighten it. Servicing the right caliper arm. Take out the cable fixing bolt from the quick release mechanism. Apply some grease to the thread. And screw it back in. Make sure that the washer is positioned correctly. Use a pair of pliers to grasp the quick release mechanism, and using the appropriate size Allen key, remove the bolt from the mechanism. Remove the quick release mechanism lever, the quick release shaft, and the metal toothed disc. Give the caliper arm a clean. Clean the disc and the lever. Clean the quick release shaft and lubricate its surface with a drop of dry lube. Clean the quick release axle bolt and add some grease to the threads. Take off the plastic bushing from the arm and clean it. Reinsert the plastic bushing into the inside of the quick release hole on the caliper and lubricate its surface with a drop of oil. Position the metal disc on the bushing so that the tooth on the plate sits below the claw on the caliper arm. Slide the quick release lever through the hole in the arm and position it so that the profiled end of the lever fits into the hole in the metal plate. Insert the quick release shaft through the hole in the lever and secure it with the bolt. Assembling the caliper brake. Insert the arm bolt through the pivot hole in the right caliper arm. Place the plastic spacer onto the arm bolt. Screw the arm bolt into the left caliper arm until both caliper arms meet, but don't tighten it. Attach the nut to the arm bolt. Add a drop of dry lube to the pivots and squeeze the caliper several times to spread the oil. Use isopropyl alcohol to clean the caliper. Refit the washer on the pivot bolt. And that's it! You have successfully serviced a dual pivot caliper brake. It's now time to attach it to the frame or fork and adjust it. I made a video here on how to adjust dual pivot caliper brakes if you need help with this task. You can also find the link to this video in the description below.
Thanks for staying with me all the way to the end, and don't forget to let me know in the comments below how you got on servicing a dual pivot caliper brake. If you want to support the channel, then subscribe, like the video and share it with others. And if you feel extra generous, then feel free to offer a small donation through the Super Thanks button below the video. Thanks very much and see you soon!